How do you define success? Are you on the right track? How do you know if you're on the right track? Success isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of concept. What we consider success during our childhood may not necessarily mean the same thing for us once we are adults. In this video, I'm going to share 4 practical steps to define success for yourself. And most importantly, how to build a version of success that makes you feel balanced and meaningful in your life right now. Step number 1, reflect on your own values. Let's go back in time and think back to you when you were younger. Maybe what success meant to you was having the best grades or running the fastest in class or even being the tallest. And of course, sure, making your parents proud would be an option also. Those early definitions of success were defined by others, not yourself. Your values are like your compass. They guide you and tell you which goals are worth chasing. So let's take a moment and think. What truly matters to you? What are your 5 core values? Which of these values are currently reflected in how I spend my time? Circle the 1 or 2 values that feel most urgent right now. So now you have your list. Every now and then, when you're on a crossroad to make a decision, think of the priorities on your list of values. And our second step to redefine success is redefine success to your current stage of life. As we grow, our idea of success naturally changes. In our 20s, success might have meant landing that dream job. And in our 30s, it might be about raising a big family. Currently, I'm in my 30s and I'm still figuring out what the purpose of my life is. Anyway, the key is that you give yourself permission to update the definition of success. Success isn't static. It's fluid. So ask yourself, if I were completely honest about what I want right now, what would success look like? And then you write down 3 to 5 goals that reflect your current priorities, not the society's. And of course, the whole point of self-growth and self-improvement is to reflect ourselves. So we should schedule monthly check-ins to see whether our goals and values still align. Different phases of our lives will demand different purposes, values, and different balances. So we should always remember to adjust as we go. And the third step we're going to take to redefine our own success. So far, I think it's the most important one if you struggle with self-validation, is to set metrics that you can actually feel. So the questions you should think about for this step are, how will I know if I'm on the right track? How can I tell? If we analyze this question carefully, I'm actually asking you, what is the definition of success? For example, what I usually do is that I ask myself how satisfied and content I am with my goal. So let's say my goal is to have a better relationship with my family. Then my metrics for this goal would be, number 1, how close do I think I'm with my family? Number 2, the depth of every interaction we have, how do I feel? How do I think they feel? And number 3, how satisfied or content I am with the relationship now. After setting the metrics, I usually give myself ratings from scale 1 to 10, and then I'll add them all up and calculate the average. And let's say the total average of this goal is about a 6.5. Probably I'll feel bad about it, and then I'll try to figure out some action points, what I can do in the future to make the situation better. Anyway, the most important thing is that these internal signals were set just for myself. And these are far more important than external validation or applause. By tuning into them, you'll have a clearer picture of what matters to you most. If you follow up with monthly check-ins, like I mentioned before, you start living success that actually feels real. And our 4th and last step of redefining success is balance achievement with well-being. Have you ever thought about it? Success that sacrifices your life, your health, your relationships, and your joy isn't real success. How is it sacrificing yourself in the long run a success? Ask yourself, am I thriving or just surviving while chasing this goal? So what I usually like to do is to block 1 non-negotiable hour every 1 or 2 days, spend some time with myself, read a book, take a bath, get a facial, anything that works for you. And list 3 areas of your life where you think stress is high. Brainstorm some small action points that you can do to help reduce the stress. By the end of every week or every month, remember the whole point of self-growth and self-improvement is to reflect on ourselves. Reflect on yourself and ask yourself, did I achieve my goals and did I feel good about it? If your answer is yes, then congratulations. Unfortunately, if your answer is no, know. Remember, you can always tweak and adjust your plans according to your needs or the phases of your life. Anyway, success for some people is peace of mind. Traveling around the world is raising a big family for some people. It's different for everyone. None of these goals are wrong, they're just different. I have a friend who was unfortunately diagnosed with cancer earlier, and there was once I asked him what success meant to him by that point of life. And he said earlier when he was younger, all he could think about was having a successful business, making a lot of money, hanging out with his friends and whatsoever. But now his biggest success is to getting to spend more time with his family. So during different phases in our lives, our definition for success changes. So let me ask you again, how do you define success? If you've watched to the end of this video, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support, and comment down below, let me know, how do you define success? See you next time.